Am I audible?
Yes.
Good evening and a warm welcome to all present here. We, the Boffin bloggers, are very pleased to have all of you here for our first ever orientation. In the next hour, a Boffins of Sci Explore will be taking you through a virtual tour of our website, and every department head will give you a short insight on the work that they do. But before all that, we would like to call upon the son of our Teletubbies, the Dumbledore of our Golden Trio.
Inviting a faculty mentor, Dr. Maya Murdeshwar, to address the audience and inaugurate the event.
Thank you, girls. A very warm welcome to all of you present here. We wish that you're keeping well and we wish you a very happy and safe 2021. What started off as a very small lockdown activity currently has international standing. The Sci Explore blog was started by this enthusiastic bunch of 12 students and one teacher, that's me, just to guide them along. And over the past few months, slowly and steadily, we have grown to a blog that is recognized internationally. We have viewership from across the globe. The Boffin bloggers, and you'll meet them in just a bit, have put in a lot of efforts. The editorial team has been working day in and day out, managing their college schedules and meeting the publication deadlines. Today, they are going to tell you about what they do at Sci Explore and how exciting that is. Before we move on to the main orientation session, I would like to tell you that this new year, the Boffins have decided to open the doors of the Sci Explore blog and to let all you peers, undergraduate STEM students, contribute to making science accessible to all. It's not just about contributing to the blog with your writing, with your internship activities, by illustrating for the blog, but the main aim is to get you all together, to get the undergraduate STEM students together to create a community, to stay in touch where you discuss relevant issues, talk about higher education, talk about careers, talk about everything that matters to you. So while we'll be happy to publish your writing and your illustrations, definitely join the community and stay in touch with each other. And with those words, I declare this orientation session open and I hand it over to the Boffins to take this forward. Enjoy the session, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Maya ma'am, for the short and lovely introduction. I would now like to call on our editor-in-chief, Ms. Pooja Mehta, to brief you about Sci Explore and UG STEM peers.
Good evening, everyone. From the registration forms, it seems that the vast majority of you are here today because you're curious about what Sci Explore is. So here goes. Sci Explore is a website launched and run by undergraduate students dedicated to their fellow peers across the globe. Our motto is to make science accessible to all, and we strive for our website to be a common platform for students to interact with one another and share their talents, experiences, and scientific interests with the rest of the community. You can be a part of our community by either joining our team, writing for us, illustrating for us, or even just by reading our blogs and commenting on them. We have articles in a wide range of fascinating scientific topics that you can go check out later. You will be given a brief tour of our website shortly, but before that, I would just like to give you a little background of who we are. We call ourselves the Boffin Bloggers. For those of you who are wondering, Boffin means an individual involved in scientific or technical research and development. Next slide, please. By the way, this is our mascot, Professor Musmus, dedicated to all the mice who had to die for research. Anyway, Last year, with the pandemic showing no signs of abating, 12 of us from St. Xavier's College, Mumbai wanted to use our free time productively to contribute to the scientific community in whatever small way we could sitting at home. Our ideas and efforts eventually culminated in the form of the website SciExplore. We were very fortunate to be recognized early on by the Career Support and Growth Group, also known as STEM peers. They're an international support group for PhD scholars, postdoctoral fellows, early career researchers, and scientists with a global presence of over 15,000 members. At one of the conferences in September 2019 at San Francisco, which is the picture shown over here, the founders got talking about the need to start a similar network for undergraduate STEM students. Hence, when we presented our idea of starting a website for undergraduate students to the founders, they took us under their wing in a heartbeat and have been mentoring and supporting us ever since. Thus, we became the undergrad or UG STEM peers. A few months after launching the website, we were honored with the K. Muralidhar Fellowship, a $250 scholarship sponsored by Dr. Ananda Ghosh, one of the senior STEM peers members. Although we do not get any extra credits or stipend, salary, etc. for our work, as an undergraduate student myself, I can vouch for the fact that the guidance we get from the senior STEM peers members, as well as the incredible learning experience gained from just being a part of the team, more than compensates for the lack of any credits or monetary benefits. Therefore, I urge all of you who share our vision and passion for science to join our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja. We now invite Gargi and Tulika from our Boffin Bloggers team to take us on the tour of our website.
Hello everyone. We would like to make you all familiar with our website SciExplore. The homepage of our website gives a brief introduction of all the features on our website, which is pretty much what we're going to be doing right now. So you're welcome to write articles for any of these features and email them to us. The first feature is Explore feature. It is for students about anything that rouses their imagination within the scientific. Submit articles such as review articles on insightful topics or articles about any recent events or ongoing research. This feature also includes book reviews, poems, etc., expressing your interest in STEM. Under the Tales of Science feature, you can write about describing the scientific journey of scientists that have been instrumental in shaping any scientific field as we know them today. It can be about the journey of a scientist or a group of scientists that led to some important discovery in the field of STEM. You may also write about short stories of award-winning scientists who have inspired you. Now, Tulika will walk you through the other features.
Thank you, Gargi. So the next feature is Decrypted. Under this feature, we try to simplify landmark research papers, which might be a little complex to understand. This will help more number of people to benefit from the information provided in these paradigm-changing research papers. Coming up next is Bazinga. Bazinga is an analytical and thinking-based feature, but most importantly, it is where the real fun lies. We have crosswords, puzzles, and other interesting things here. In one of them, we had talked about paradoxes. The last feature is internships and projects. Under this feature, you may submit a report about an internship or project that you were a part of or are presently a part of. You have to highlight your experiences and learning from working on a scientific project. This will help all the readers to get to know about various opportunities in STEM for students. This is all for the features. Now I'll hand over the session to Pearl and Leisha.
Thank you so much to Gargi and Tulika for that highly informative website tour. My mom probably still doesn't understand what a blog is, but it's okay. I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
Moving on, we would like to introduce you to the four main departments of UG STEM peers. These are like the four houses of Hogwarts, where each group has their own importance and represents something Sci-Explore stands for.
The only difference here is that we don't compete against each other, but work together towards a common goal, making science accessible to all. So put on your headphones, increase your brightness, and welcome Arjun and Kenneth, the heads of Team Content.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kenneth, and I'll be talking you through what exactly the content team does. Like, what does our job entail? Next slide. Yeah. So, as a part of the content team, we need to write articles, and we also edit articles to see for grammatical errors and style of writing references. If the changes are minor, we do it ourselves with prior permission from the author. If there are major changes need to be done, we send it back to the author with suggestions so that they can work on them. We also review articles by proofreading and send them to reviewers who are already in the STEM field. Once they are reviewed, we go through their suggestions, understand them, and convey it to the author so that they can be worked upon. We also help writers by suggesting topics and ideas to make their writing experience more fruitful and enjoyable. We also coordinate with the graphics team so that they can recreate an image contributed by the author or create a new illustration depending on wherever it is required in the article. Next, I would like to talk about our workload. The deadlines are given well in advance for writing as well as the other tasks that I mentioned earlier. We are flexible with the deadlines and we will adjust according to your schedule and we will assign work accordingly. Writing articles takes the longest amount of time, but we give you at least a month's notice, if not more. We also ensure that no one is overburdened and everyone works equally. Now I would like to call upon Arjun to continue. Thank you.
Arjun, you're on mute.
I'm sorry. So there are a lot of practical benefits of being in our team. And so if you're in an internship or if you have a project that you're doing, you need to present it at some point of time, maybe in a as a poster or something. So in that scenario, you should be able to present it in a manner that everybody understands, and that's a crucial scientific communication skill. And a feature like Decrypted is ideal for that because you're basically taking landmark experiments and simplifying it for the rest. Now, referencing is something that is rather important, especially in today's times, considering there's so much of fake news and fake news allegations going around. So looking for credible references are essential to our work, and also writing references is an of course you have to do that as and when if you're going to write articles and all of that. So this is something that is often taught, but then you only get to actually do it when you're having a assignment or something on those lines. This allows you to have much more practice for that, and which you can then later apply to your own assignments. Now, critical evaluation is something that we do a lot during reviewing, and it's not just about reading it and understanding it and seeing if it makes sense, but then often sentences and statements may seem factually correct, but then when you look at it as a whole, it sometimes may not make sense. So it's also about looking at it in a part as well as a whole, and this is something that I personally tend to apply to while reading books and reading articles, and then probably finding questions which can be later thought about and you actually probed when you're doing your research. And also I would like to say that we have got a very strict plagiarism rule, and we are very against that. And there are some things, it's also a skill to be able to read something and then recreate it in your own manner by adding your own ideas to it, and this is something that we really focus on. And I guess two aspects that are really unique to our system is that there's a peer review process, which is something that goes on a lot with if you submit papers to manuscripts to journals. And expert review is something that I think is a USP of our team, because you are getting suggestions and remarks from people who are actually in the field, who are professionals. So they have their own experience and they know what has worked for them. So when they give you advice, that is something that you probably wouldn't get elsewhere. If you send an article to say any other magazine, they would rarely even come back to you. Here you're not just getting a response, but also a detailed evaluation of your work. Next slide, please. So yeah, an important part of our work is to come up with topics that other writers can write on, and that is a whole process in itself, because it's our duty to come up with interesting ideas and places which people don't know much about, and suggest it to the writers. Now, the advantage of that being that when you suggest it to the writers, you also in that process are looking out for novel questions, which then you can probably use for if you're in your research. And then obviously, because it's STEM oriented, there is a lot more that you can learn more than just your curriculum and your subject. So I'm a life science student, but then I have read articles and spoken to people who are writing articles on artificial intelligence, and that is a brilliant learning experience in itself. And finally, the whole writing process is the part of arranging your whole article. You get to know, you get to understand your writing process better the more you do it. So you then can then apply it to say assignments and reports, and you know how much time you need to take to plan it all out. How do you want to arrange your thoughts? So all of that is very useful practice that you get here, and it's all of us learn together. So that's, I guess, a very good part of our work as well. And there is no slide on what is required of you to apply for our team, because all we need is just you to be passionate about your subject and just be curious. Thank you.
That was really informative. Thank you, Kenneth and Arjun. Up next, we have the heads of the graphics department, Arya and Pearl.
Hello and good morning. I'm Arya and I'm from the graphics team. So we are the ones who are responsible for all of the illustrations that you just saw now, and even the ones that are on the website. So there are three main platforms on which we post our illustrations. There's our main website, obviously SciExplorer, on which you see all of our illustrations based off of the articles, based on the theme of the articles. Then we have our Instagram page, the one which caters to a much younger audience with the help of all of our polls and cool games and such that we have. And then there's our Facebook page on which we have timely updates for each of our articles that come up on the website. Now, as for our team, our graphics team, which we are responsible for creating a beautiful visual landscape that goes along with the theme of each of the article. They must be eye-catching, they must be appealing, and therefore we try to come up with creative ways in order to grab the attention of the viewer, such as by making GIFs or even sliders. Apart from that, one other thing that we do is create posters for events such as these, the orientation, for example. Now, why does joining our team benefit you? For one thing, once you do and once you are able to showcase your abilities, you can put it out on a platform which is much larger. You can even use this experience that you have gained and put it up in your CV, which makes your CV look very good. Apart from that, we are very into digital softwares and we tend to make digital images all the time, which is why you can pick up new skills as well as polished ones that you may already possess. And one of the most important criteria when it comes to scientific communication is to be able to see if information in your articles. Now, the articles that we have are very content heavy. So sometimes it's very difficult to get the very core idea that the article presents. So to be able to see that information, to be able to grasp that main concept and to create something completely new around it is what we try to push for. Yeah, and then as well as on top of that, when you are excited to join our endeavor, along with this group of individual people who bring a very beautiful palette to our table, and they present a very beautiful showcase to our website. So on top of that, you can get in touch with other STEM peers members as well, which is an internationally recognized group, and get more networking done as a part of your research career. And yeah, joining our team and joining our website is definitely a beautiful endeavor. Despite the amount of effort that you put into it, the experience is definitely worth it.
Hello everyone, I'm Pearl and I am co-editor of the graphics department along with Arya. As already discussed by the content team, there are 4 articles to be published per cycle. We generally receive these articles from the content team at least 10 days before they have to be published. This allows us sufficient time to discuss the articles and develop illustrations that would best communicate the concept. We prefer not to assign these articles to anyone, but rather discuss together and pick articles according to preference. The next step would be to create rough sketches of our ideas and get them approved by the heads. That would be Arya and myself. Post this, the artists work by themselves to develop the composition. On a digital platform, there is no limit on creativity. Thus, we encourage all kinds of representations such as animations, slide images, comics, and even storyboards. Another factor we take special care of is visual plagiarism. If a reference image is used to recreate a diagram or illustration, due credit must be given. We are against plagiarizing someone's work and passing it off as an original. Similarly, we also protect our own work with a Creative Commons license for all the artwork on the SciExplore website. If you think you have the chops to create a visual landscape for complex scientific concepts and manage to express it in image form, this department might be the place for you. We are looking for creative individuals who can think outside the box and visualize abstract ideas for the general undergraduate audience. Since we are using a digital platform, familiarity with digital art softwares would bring you many brownie points. But if this is a foreign concept to you, worry not. We would be glad to introduce you to some of our favorite platforms. If you are looking to be part of a creative community which would bring the best of art and science together, go on, fill the application for Team Graphics. Up next, we have the people who make the magic happen. From web design and layout, we have Austin and Tyra.
Hi everyone, I'm Tyra and I'm co-editor with Austin for web layout. So what does our job entail? Basically, we manage the site like the entire site and its features. We upload, so once articles are ready for getting uploaded for the cycle, they're sent to us and we upload the articles along with the illustrations that are meant for each article. And if and when a bug arises on the website, we help rectify the bug. Next slide, please. Yeah. Workload, honestly speaking, the workload isn't a lot. We have really flexible hours because all that's needed once the website is set up, which already it is, and aside from bugs, which don't happen really often, we have to just upload the articles once they're sent to us, and that's literally like just copy paste, so it's not that difficult. And yeah, so they're just sent to us, we format it according to the given requirements and upload it. I'll pass it on to Austin now, and he can take it from there. Thank you.
Good afternoon to all. My mic was muted for some reason. So I'm the other co-editor on the team layout. And so I will be talking about how does joining our team benefit you. So for starters, the layout work primarily deals with working with WordPress.org. So you obviously learn how to use WordPress.org. The coding behind it, setting it up for the first time, that will be something, that is still in the works for us, as we are shifting from the WordPress.com site to a WordPress.org privately hosted server. Designing websites with WordPress, it's not something that much that would add to the experience for you, because the website's pretty much already designed by us. But it's still an additional knowledge that you could gain with us, and obviously formatting blogs alongside the illustrations for uploading onto the website is something that you would gain from us as an experience. Next slide. As for what we are looking in a candidate for our team, so primarily we would like to have some experience in the candidate with WordPress. If you have worked around WordPress, how to upload blogs to the website itself, that sort of knowledge is handy. HTML or CSS knowledge is obviously helpful, because once the site has been privately hosted, even the smallest mistake could be heavy for us. So, that sort of knowledge is helpful. And the last but not the least, the most important part being, you should be able to solve the problems as soon as they arise, because we're trying to host the website privately. And once that happens, anything could happen, and you should be capable of solving those problems on your own at a moment's notice. So that's about it.
Thank you, Tyra and Austin. Finally, we have the head of social media and networking, Karina.
Hello everyone, I'm Karina Gala from Team Social Media and Networking, and we also have Devas Nag on the team. So social media is all about communicating with our viewers. So what we do as a team is to update our social media pages when a new article is published, which technically acts as a notification for all of them. We read up articles that are going to be published and come up with captions for them. We also reply to messages on either platforms, that is Instagram and Facebook, which is very important. We also plan out strategies so that more and more people know about the blog. This includes PR for the website, along with gaining followers on Instagram and Facebook both. Lastly, and most importantly, reading up scientific articles and papers to come up with quizzes, polls, Q&A sessions for our viewers on the page to increase interaction. So let's talk about the workload. We meet once in 2 weeks to discuss new ideas and strategies. Regular reading would be required for coming up with questions for the pages. We also have a fixed timeline for posting, but a reminder would be given 2 days prior to the day of posting on the page. This time is given to come up with the caption for the post that is related to the article published. One person gets only one article to work with, so that there is no extra workload on just one team member. Next. What benefits do you gain from the department? You can think and express creatively in terms of aesthetics and themes, effective scientific communication, and ability to gauge with your audience. You can also refine your marketing skills. Basically, PR and networking are important tools for pursuing an MBA. So if you're planning on shifting from your science to your, to do a master's in your MBA, this can help you. The social media is a representation of how well you can sell your business or a product. This can also inculcate the habit of regular reading. Lastly, you can always add this to your CV. What are we looking for in a team member? You should preferably have both Facebook and Instagram accounts so that you know its basic features. You also should be creatively, you should also come up with creative captions for the posts, good ideas for the page, and a basic idea about PR and networking would obviously give you brownie points. Thank you.
A big thank you to all the department heads for that sneak peek into your work. Those were definitely the most informative 15 minutes of the year for me.
I wish I could say the same, but for me, it would have to be last week when I researched the COVID vaccine. This thirst for knowledge seems to stem from my desperation to get back to college and see my friends and teachers.
And obviously get back to performing physical practicals again. Just think of all those microbes waiting to be plated and all those sinks ready to be stained.
Anyway, after those insightful introductions, I'm sure you must be having loads and loads of questions. But hold them for a little while now, because we invite Vivasnag and Sian Martis, our brand new boffins, to describe their experiences of working with SciExplore.
Hi guys, my name is Devas Nag. I'm from Life Science TY BSc. I joined the team of SciExplore as a member of the content team, and then I shifted to social networking team. This is a great opportunity for you all to learn a lot of things. Like you learn editing articles, you learn how to uh, write your own ideas in the form that you can communicate and spread among your peers and present it somewhere or the other. You learn about what is the importance of plagiarism, and from that you also learn about how to work meticulously in a team and satisfy the deadlines that you have. And talking about social media and marketing, it's one of the most important thing I think you should know while you're doing science, because the more you communicate, the more you learn. So it's been a great journey for me, and it's a great place to learn and know and spread knowledge that you have. Thank you.
Hi, I am Sian Martis. I am from TYBSc Life Sciences from St. Xavier's College, Mumbai. I was on a lookout for some experience because due to the pandemic, I couldn't do anything in respect to internships. So I saw an Instagram post and I thought this was like the perfect opportunity for me because I like to illustrate and I have an eye for scientific communication. So I sent in my portfolio through email and I was lucky enough to get selected. So I recently joined. I don't have much experience, but I'm really, really excited to work with them and I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
Thank you, Bivas and Sian. This surely made me a little emotional. Worry not. We now move on to the final section of the day, that is the Q&A.
Please do put in your questions in the chat and we will start answering them immediately.
Okay, so I will be taking some of the questions from the chat and putting out there. So one student is asking over here, like, what exactly will I have to do here? Because being a UG student, might need some training and all. How exactly will this help us in our career?
So I'll take that. I mean, it honestly depends on which department you join, but irrespective of which department you join, you will get trained if you are willing to learn. Because none of us started off knowing any of this. We all learned it on the way. So if you're worried about like not knowing how to work, navigate your way through a software or anything like that, we're here to help you and guide you and make you learn. All you just need to be interested in science and our vision. And how you will benefit. I mean, as each department already spoke, there are lots of benefits depending on which department you join. But the main point is you're getting a lot of experience and exposure to different kinds of skill sets, which you would not otherwise in a normal academic scenario. Thank you.
There's another question that someone posed. What type of articles can be submitted? I have a couple of topics in mind, but they may be too simple or based on hypothesis, not confirmed theories. Some clarity on what topics and fields are preferred would help. I think that's a question for the content team.
Sure. So if I can take that, you can, if you're unsure of what topic to write on, you can just send us a mail and we'll get back to you rather promptly, because it seems like you've got some kind of an idea as to what you want to do, but we can just help you in that process. But otherwise, as described earlier, we have 4 different features and you can again check out the blog for it. But yeah, it would be ideal if you just mail us, that we can then get in touch and go about that accordingly.
Okay, now the question is for the graphic team. Want to know the method of your working, and moreover, if we are not a prominent graphic designer or networking, then then can we join the department respectively?
I can take that question. The way we usually work is we will sit together, discuss, see what article you are comfortable with taking. If you like an article, if you like the concept, if you maybe have some ideas already, you can pick up that article, think about it for a while, and then you could make a rough sketch and send in your ideas to us. If it's good enough, you can go ahead with making the illustration or GIF or whatever you want to make. Whereas for the experience part, if you have an eye for illustration or graphics, any kind of art, you could always apply. If you already have a few pieces that you want to show us, you can send in your portfolio. And if you think that you are not experienced in digital art and maybe you are good at traditional art, we could always help you to switch over. It's not that difficult of a transition. We'll help you through it.
The last question, it's a very interesting question. I think it's directed to the entire team. The person says the concept seems very intriguing. I would love to know more about the journey of Sky Explorer, and where do you see yourself standing in the upcoming years?
I'll probably just speak a little bit about how. Can you repeat the first part of the question, please?
The person says the concept is very intriguing and it's a really great job that you're doing, but where do you see yourself in the upcoming years? Where you see Sky Explorer in the upcoming?
Okay, so I'm just going to speak a little and then I'll let someone else talk. I think right now we're only a blog or a website where we post articles and illustrations, but we'd soon like to branch out into holding seminars, webinars to basically make a community for undergraduate students, as we had already discussed earlier on in the orientation. And just like our senior STEM peers organization, we would also like to have a more intricate network of people who can help each other out. And we're not, so yeah, we see, I mean, at least as of now, that's our aim, to build a stronger community that, undergraduates can depend on in the coming years. Someone else wants to add?
Yeah, so if there's no one else, I would probably also add that, as Pooja rightly said, we want to sort of make a community out of it. And that's why we're looking for core members as well, because we realize that as we grow, we would need more people. and help us in each department and in our work. So I think, yeah, so that's why this and having more members in our team would really help us out.
I think that was the last question. So I'm just going to conclude the session. But before I conclude, I just wanted to brief you all about how you can join our core team if you're interested. So most of you would have registered for this orientation. So we will be sending you all a form from the email ID ugstempeers@gmail.com with 4 links to application forms for each of the departments that have been discussed earlier. This will be sent within the next hour. So if you're interested in joining our core team, please fill in and submit the application form of the department or departments that you would like to join. Shortlisted candidates would be contacted via email for an interview round. And I mean, it's going to be very chill, so don't worry. But we just want to meet you and see whether you'd work well with us. Next slide, please. Please visit our website, sciexplore.wordpress.com. And if you have any queries regarding anything at all, please email us at ugstempeers@gmail.com. And follow our Instagram and Facebook pages. Arya, if you could go 2 slides back. Yeah, that's our Instagram page on the left and the Facebook page on the right. So do check them out because we'll be posting regular updates over here. Thank you. Oh, and also, lastly, thank you to all the participants for bearing with us so patiently. We hope to collaborate with you very soon, either as a fellow boffin or for articles and illustrations, or just to be a part of our community as we branch out and hold more events such as these. Thank you very much, everyone.